In this video, we're going to explore what it means to create balance in the way we currently see the world by learning how to shift the rigid perspective we have for an early maladaptive and ineffective schema being 100% accurate all of the time. Continuing to keep in mind that there's no such thing as a bad schema, just like there are truly no bad parts. So today, let's have a conversation about noticing or even creating our effective and adaptive healthy adult schema. Striving to live the life you want to live revolves around creating a life that you no longer have a driving desire to escape from. In the early part of this journey, we're primarily focused on producing the type of recovery lifestyle that's grounded in the fundamental principles of behaviour change that are designed to promote a solid foundation from which we can build. As we progress along the way, we're regularly confronted by the stories we've picked up throughout the passage of time. Stories that create filters from which we see the world, which in turn push the parts of our personality to act out in ways that are designed to protect us from those negative emotional experiences that we perceive to be on the horizon. It goes without saying that the vast majority of the work we do in the early stages of behaviour modification is focused on the stories that are connected to our unmet childhood needs and the maladaptive schema that impact us in such a negative way. We spend the vast majority of time getting to know our own unique personality system, building awareness for the many different parts that are doing the only thing they know to do in order to protect the vulnerable child we tend to keep hidden away in the shadows of our personality. The ultimate goal for all of this work is to release the burden of story being carried in our system and cast the metaphorical shackles that have held us captive for most of our adult lives. We do this by educating the emotional child parts of our personality that are trapped in past experiences, new ways to see the world and different ways to cope, mindfully connecting with them to let them know that we're no longer living in those times, effectively teaching them that that was then and this is now. Our personality system contains many healthy adult parts, all of which serve an important purpose in our lives. When in full flow, our healthy adult parts know what to do. They can see right from wrong and they live the life we want to live by staying true to our values and beliefs. There are many people, myself included, who struggle to see the way which our healthy adult can change the stories that are active in our system. So, what exactly does a healthy adult look like? Yes, as a healthy adult, we can discuss setting boundaries with people, living according to our values and beliefs, following the fundamental principles of building a recovery lifestyle, and practicing good self-care. But what are the stories we need to promote in order to increase the probability of change? How do we counteract the internal critic who is regurgitating schema from the past, pushing a self-defeating narrative on an emotionally immature personality system? Much like changing any habitual patterns, if you've got the expectation that simply telling your parts to stop doing something will provide the success you're looking for, you will be sadly disappointed over time. Yes, this may work for short and unsustainable periods, but if we want to create behavior patterns that have more longevity, we have to provide our system with something different to fill the void that's left by the behaviors we've stopped using. This is no different when we want to change a story that we've held on to for any significant period of time, regardless of whether this story is helpful to us or not. The schema is a life trap. It's a habitual way of seeing things. So in order to remove this dominant story of negativity, we have to provide the new positive narrative that's needed to teach our frightened, sad and lonely parts that what they feel to be true in this present moment is in fact just a reenactment of the past. These effective and adaptive schemas are used to understand, promote and facilitate the activation of our healthy adult stories. This particular list that you'll see on the website page that's connected to this video was developed by Lewis, Wood, Lockwood, Ho and Ferguson in 2018, whose research team used the original version of the Young Schema questionnaire and effectively rewrote the questions in the opposite way to counteract the maladaptive and ineffective items that are endorsed by the list of negative emotional schema that get activated in our personality system. Up until this point, these maladaptive and ineffective schema have been responsible for providing the framework for the stories we've focused on throughout the recovery journey. Next, let's take a look at the new adaptive and effective emotional schemas that we want to promote within our personality system to support the healthy adult that we're trying to create or just reactivate. When this schema is active in our system, we have the general belief that we've got people in our lives who meet our emotional needs of attachment, connection, and safety in a healthy way. When emotional fulfillment is in full swing, we spend most of our time in a healthy adult mode. Our personality system feels content because we know that there are people in our lives that we feel a sense of emotional connection with. We're living our lives to be in line with our true, authentic values and beliefs, reducing what might have previously been an ever-present experience of guilt and shame. And we're also experiencing the balance and harmony associated with this healthy way of seeing the world around us. When this schema is active in our personality system, we have the general belief that we are a capable and competent person in life. Whether this is at home, in the community, at work, or in school, we feel confident in the success of the tasks that we're taking on. We're very aware that there will be actions we take in future endeavours that will fail at certain points in time, but we don't attach this failure to our own sense of self-worth. And we believe that it's the action that's failed and not us as a person who is a failure. We're also able to practice humility when it comes to who we want to be and who we are right now. So living the life we want to live and being the person we want to be becomes a distinct possibility. When this adaptive and effective schema is activated within our personality system, we have the ability to accept the differing opinions of other people, even when they're radically different from our own. Our empathy for others is built on curiosity, without projection of our own stories, or the need for our own point of view to be right by overemphasizing the need for validation. When our healthy adult modes are working from this particular schema, our empathy for others is not a burden. It helps us to connect with real meaning and intimacy. When this particular schema is active in our personality system, we have the belief that things will generally turn out for the best. We're aware that sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't, but generally things will be okay if we do the right thing to keep us in line with our true, authentic values and beliefs. Our healthy adult parts understand the basics of the just world myth and recognize that the things that happen to us are not a reflection of who we are at our core. When this adaptive and effective schema is active in our system, we have the ability to express our feelings in front of others without fear of rejection or abandonment. When our healthy adult is reacting to the presence of this particular schema, we understand the need for boundaries and we're able to create a healthy attachment inside of our relationships without being fearful or avoidant of the possible outcomes involved in making this type of connection. When the schema is active in our personality system, we have the ability to treat ourselves with kindness and forgiveness. Our healthy adult is able to bear witness to what we've said and done in the past or in the present without any judgment. And we're able to practice the skills of unconditional self-acceptance with every single part of our own unique personality system. When this adaptive and effective schema is active within our personality system, we have the belief that we can function in everyday life independently from our parents, and there's absolutely no need for dependence on others to get the things done that we want to get done. We're able to live an autonomous life that gives us purpose and meaning, making choices that line up with our values, and taking actions to reach the goals that we've set for ourselves every single day. When this schema is active in our personality system, we have the feeling of belonging and acceptance within groups and social circumstances. We feel like we fit in the community at work, school, or at home. Our healthy adult parts are confident in our ability to recognize the people who we want to connect with and set boundaries with those that have possible red flags when in social circumstances. Our system is calm and content, and we are comfortable conversing in a wide variety of ways with a wide variety of people on a wide variety of topics, regardless of our knowledge or understanding. When this effective and adaptive schema is active in our personality system, we have the ability to maintain routines and persist on difficult goals. Our life is built around a schedule that's flexible and fluid to change and adaptable without causing a sense of inner conflict. Our healthy adult modes are comfortable with problem solving when difficulties occur, and we're able to cope with change in our structure by maintaining our accountability in a healthy way. When this schema is active in our system, we have the willingness to set achievable goals and accept ourselves and our achievements as good enough. We hold our standards at our core and strive to achieve them as often as we can, while at the same time being aware that our inability to reach these standards is not a direct reflection of who we are as a person at our core. Our expectations on others are based on their actual abilities and not what we think they should be achieving, and we have the ability to basically recognize who we are. When this effective and adaptive schema is activated within our personality system, we have the belief that our own opinion of the self is most important. We have faith in our system and its ability to self-regulate, and we are filled with compassion and curiosity for the world, both internal and external. Our system is led by self-energy, and our healthy adult parts are using this energy as a state of wise mind to make decisions that line up with our values and beliefs. When this schema is active in our system, we have the willingness to set aside time to practice self-care and prioritize our own needs in a healthy and balanced way. Our healthy adult parts are accessing the necessary skills to recognize the balance between helping others and taking care of ourselves, and we are making decisions about these things from a wise mind perspective with curiosity and compassion for every aspect of the choices that we're making. When the schema is active in our system, we have the belief that our relationships are stable and enduring. Our healthy adult parts are dominant within our personality system, and we feel connected to ourselves and others, regardless of whether these people are physically around us or not. Our relationships are important to us, and yet there is a general sense of ease that they're never in jeopardy of any kind. When this schema is activated in our system, we have the belief that we are capable of managing daily tasks and problems. Our healthy adult parts take charge of our system and direct our behaviors accordingly. We're able to recognize what we can and cannot do, take direction and constructive criticism when needed, and offer suggestions when called upon to do so. There's a general sense of ease around our knowledge and ability to learn when needed, and we're comfortable working in a team or completely on our own. For me, once we're aware of the dominant stories within our personality system and we're searching for ways to meet the unmet childhood needs associated with their creation, this list of adaptive and effective schemas is the foundation required to heal the burdens that keep us stuck in our reenactments of the past. This list gives us a framework we can use to work towards change. And as we know, if we didn't grow up in an environment that was able to meet our unmet childhood needs, then we may struggle to engage with many of these effective and adaptive schemas. The good news is that becoming a healthy adult is like learning a new language. Even though it might take time and effort, it's never too late to learn. In a separate video, I'm going to explore what it means to link these schema with their maladaptive and ineffective counterparts, along with defining the skills of DBT that we can use effectively to find the balance between these two. So keep your eyes and ears open for this particular video in the very near future. And as always, guys, if you like the content of this video, please subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and turn on those notifications to get all the latest from me and the Liberation Place. If you want to know more, come join the live online meetings that I facilitate on Zoom each week for free. I'll leave a link to those groups in the description below. I hope this video gave you an idea of what adaptive and effective schemas might look like for you in living the life you want to live and how you can activate them within your own personality system. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Take care, be safe, and be well.